Prenuptial agreements are back in the news. Michael Jordan and his bride-to-be, they've signed one. And then there is Harold Hamm. He's number 35 on the Forbes list of richest Americans. And boy, he'd better have one because his wife of nearly 25 years is divorcing him, and that settlement could make her in an instant one of the wealthiest women on the planet. Gemma Allen is a partner in a family law practice in Chicago. Now, when they began that business 25 plus years ago, it wasn't much of a business, and she helped build it. Say she has a 25% right to his assets. Is that binding when she could probably claim 50%?
Well, I'd need to know when the prenuptial was signed, what the terms were, did she have a lawyer, duress, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll bet she could afford a good team of lawyers to challenge the prenup. And my bet is the confidentiality is so meaningful that this case will settle between them some way or another, whether or not there was a prenup.
So are prenups ironclad, or can they be broached?
They're getting more so, Bill. I think historically they were less favored in the law. There was a lot of second looking at a prenup to look later to see if it was fair at the time it was signed. Nowadays, the law favors enforcement of the prenup, so you should be very careful about what you sign.
Now, a prenup, can they be modified, updated during their marriage?
Absolutely. You know, and that's the thing that people should really realize. They can be modified, adapted. There can be a post-nup agreement, even if you didn't have a prenup in the first place. People can sit down and say, listen, this is where we are. We have different views about what should happen with our money as we get older. Let's settle that issue, but stay together.
So a post-nup, that is after you're married.
That's after you're married. You can modify it. There's a prenup that can be modified. There's, and many times over, it's your life, it's your agreement with your spouse. You can do a post-nup if you never had a prenup. And that's, again, your agreement with your spouse. You can do it.
I got to ask you about this horror story with Kim Kardashian and her boyfriend Kanye West. They're about to have a baby, yet she's technically married to this other guy, Chris Humphries. What a complicated mess. What would you do if you were the lawyer and advising one of the parties here?
Well, I would advise her to expedite the divorce, which I'm sure she's trying to do.
That is before the birth?
Absolutely. It's better if you're divorced before the birth of your child with another person, yes. But in case that's not possible, I would still be able to tell her that the presumption would ordinarily be that her husband was the father. But since she's living with Kanye West and they've been together for a while and he's acknowledged the baby, they can overcome that presumption.
Gemma Allen, now I know why there are lawyers in the world. Explain all this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.